Okay. Wow. Wow. It has been so long since I made a video. The last time you guys saw me, what was I doing in life? Let's see. I was vegan. I was growing my locks out. Um, so much has changed since then. You know what I mean? And I just had to come back here and just remember where everything started. This is where my content creation journey has started. Here on YouTube, and I don't know, I guess I got popping on like TikTok and Instagram and all these other social media apps. I kind of forgot about this platform. These are the people who like believed in me. um I don't know, now we're just starting out, so I just had to come and check in and say what's up. Hopefully everything has been well. um it's definitely been well for me. Man, a lot of you guys coming into this video might recognize me from TikTok or wherever else you guys recognize me from. But the tone on this is completely different. So without further ado, I just want to get into what this particular video is about. This video is about how I was able to align myself with my divine purpose and prepare myself properly for divine intervention to intervene and do its thing and to just elevate my life in so many different ways. I'm recording this from my apartment in New York. You know what I mean? Small town boy from Ohio. So I think I kind of know what I'm talking about a little bit, but I don't know. I guess that's for you to decide too. The only reason I'm sharing this story with you guys is because I've been told that my story is very motivational and it's inspiring, and I don't know, I just can't sit on it anymore. It's a bit of a testimony, and I'm hoping that this inspires somebody out there who just needs to hear it. Confirmation right there. But man, starting out a couple of years ago, I was like 21 years old. I didn't like where my life was. I wasn't living the life that I'd imagined myself to be living at 21. Growing up, I had this idea who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. By the time I turned 21, I just wasn't reflecting that at all, like not even a little bit. So it was just time for me to get serious, and it was time for me to, break so many cycles that I think plagued my life at the time. And I had to start internally. I had to get my mind right. I started going to the gym. I started working out. I started like disciplining myself because I realized where I played in my disappointment. You know what I mean? Like I realized that I couldn't blame my parents. I couldn't blame my upbringing. I couldn't blame like the city that I was in. I couldn't blame whatever happened to me when I was a kid, because truth be told, even though all of these things played a factor and how my life turned out, it was up to me to change and to fix it. And complaining about how I grew up or anything just wasn't going to help. So that was the first thing. I had to accept everything that happened to me and move on. I had to stop feeling sorry for myself, and I had to stop pointing the finger at other people as well. I got my mind right. I went to the gym. I started disciplining myself. I started giving myself all of these lessons that I missed out on as a kid. Because I knew for whatever reason that I was going to need discipline to get through anything in life. I transformed my body. I went vegan for a couple of years. I grew my locks, and I went through this whole little spiritual journey, right? Knowing that this was the groundwork for me to elevate in the 3D, you know what I'm saying? So that was that. I ended up building my confidence to the point where I could be on camera, because I knew that I wanted to do social media, and I knew that whatever my purpose was, a camera was going to be involved. So I built my confidence up, and that was really hard, but through a lot of trial and error and just continuously being resilient and just like not giving up, I was able to accomplish that. And I started making videos on TikTok. So once I started making videos on TikTok, I wasn't really getting any views, any likes, but I just kept doing it for like about a couple weeks. Well, for a week. I got my first viral video like a week into the video, And then I just kept going from there, and my followers started growing and this and that, and I built my platform up to the point where I could, make money off the internet. And that's exactly what my plan was the whole time. So, with that being said, multiple times I tried to build my finances to the point where I could move to New York. I got so many jobs. I was working as a delivery driver at Amazon, ended up getting the money that I needed to move, but I was just like too scared to take the leap. And I missed out. And the next opportunity didn't come around for another like 3 years. And this was before I even started doing social media. I was trying to move to New York. You know what I'm saying? This was like in 2020. And it just didn't happen. So I just started making YouTube videos. That's where a lot of y'all found me. It was right after I failed at the first attempt to make that move. Which I'm glad that happened, because had I moved back then, I don't think I would have been prepared for everything. And I probably would have folded. You know what I mean? A lot of times rejection, delay is just redirection and protection. So I see that now. But back then, I don't think I really understood what was happening for me at the moment. But that's neither here nor there. What I really want to talk about is somebody, I just feel like it's someone who's watching this who is in a similar position that I was once in. You felt stuck. You felt like you were at that point where it was like you can either follow your dreams, which seemed impossible, which seems hard, which seems like not practical at all, or you can just give up on your dreams and do what's expected of you. Get that career, get that job that you don't really like for real, but it's going to provide you the stability that you need, and just be like everybody else who just, gave up. And that's a really real moment to be at, especially in your early 20s. I encourage anybody who's watching this to just try, you know what I mean? That job that's going to offer you all that financial stability, even though you might hate it, it's going to always be there. You only have this one opportunity to go after everything that you want while you're young and have the energy to do so, while you don't have that many obligations, because the older you get, the more real life gets. You have kids to worry about, or you may have some type of ailment that stops you from like being able to move all across the place, or a job that stops you from being able to move all across the place. Like, this is the time to take that risk. I was standing on the edge, bro. Like, I remember before I moved out here, I was quite literally felt like I was standing on the edge, and my back, I don't even say my back is against, it's like a wall was pushing me forward towards this edge, and my back was against it, but I kept trying to scoot back. I kept trying to cling on to everything behind this wall. Everything behind this wall was like what I knew, what I was programmed to believe, what I was comfortable with, the same type of people I was comfortable around, the same type of lifestyle I was comfortable around. Even though I was feeling like I was on that movie Groundhog Day, living the same day over and over, and it was not fulfilling at all. It was so much more secure than like the unknown that was like down here off the ledge. And my toes just kept creeping closer and closer to the edge. I'm just like, bro, you gotta jump, because you can't go back. I already knew that this wasn't serving me anymore. I already knew that I was so unhappy back there. I just had to take the leap, and I just had to trust that I was gonna get caught on the way down by the universe, by God, by whoever you believe in. So that's what I did, bro. I took that leap. I got enough money to, as soon as I got enough money, bro, I set my intentions. I booked the plane ticket. I started doing research on like what neighborhoods I was going to move to. All types of thorough research, bro. Looking on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, looking at people. If somebody was on Twitter and I saw they had New York in their bio, I would look through their page, look through their pictures, and see how they lived, and see, like, just try to really envision the life that I wanted before I got here. You know what I'm saying? Set my intentions very thoroughly. Booked my plane ticket, booked my Airbnb. Didn't have any plans for work. Didn't have any plans for like what I was gonna do once I got here. I just knew I had enough money to afford Airbnbs for like a couple of weeks, and if it didn't work out, I had a plane ticket back. I bought a two-way, but I was planning on staying the whole time. But I like to cover my back a little bit. So I got the two-way ticket. But I got out here, and I remember on the way there, I was just being, before I even bought the tickets, I was just being told, like, take the first step, take that first step, take that first leap. And I was just trusting that the rest of what I needed to do would get revealed along the way. And that's exactly what it did, bro. Like, when I took that leap, when I decided that I was serious about changing my life, everything fell into place. I got here, I landed, I got my Airbnb in Brooklyn, and then I was out here for 3 days just wandering, just exploring the city, learning how to take the subway. And then I got like a DM from somebody who I went to college with. I didn't even know they lived in New York. They was like, hey, it's this party going on, and I see you in New York, so you should definitely like come through or whatever. Now, this party in particular was something that, I'm not a club person. I don't really go to clubs. I don't go out like that in that type of scene, the party scene. But I told myself before I got out here, I set the intentions to be in alignment with everything that was meant for me. And I was going to come out here with an open mind and an open heart. And I wasn't going to say no to anything because I just need to network. I need to get out here. I need to hit the pavement. So I went, and I ended up meeting so many people. I ended up having the time of my life. And I ended up meeting my roommates that I would end up rooming with later on down the line. All because I got out of my comfort zone. I ended up getting a job at a bar. All because I got out of my comfort zone. All because I opened my mind up. And this was my third day in New York. So that's when I knew I was on the right track. Months went by, I'm getting my routine down. I'm comfortable now, like I'm getting settled into my apartment. And I realized, like, I came here to model. I came to New York to model, but I had got so distracted with like making money and being in survival mode that I just ended up working at the club for all these months, which was great. It was a great experience, a great time in my life. I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about the world, honestly. And but it was just time for me to like do what I came out here to do, because that quick money could be really distracting. And I had a mission to accomplish. Like, I'm still very focused on everything I set out to do. So I decided that I wanted to really take modeling seriously. And as soon as I said that, I saw something on Instagram for like an open model call from this designer that I didn't even know I met. Remember that party I told y'all about that I went to when I first got here, like the third day there? I ended up walking I met a designer at the club, ended up walking in his clothes during New York Fashion Week. Didn't even know we knew each other. We didn't remember meeting each other because obviously, we at the club. Like, it's dark, people are lit. Like, I don't remember meeting him. But it's just so funny how the universe does that sometimes. You know what I mean? And there's little things like that let you know you're on the right track. Bro, that's enough about me. I don't like telling my business as is, but as I said, it's very inspiring to hear. So I just hope that whoever is watching this, if you're going through something similar, if you feel like you need to make a change in your life, whether it be relocating, getting a new job, whatever it is, do not talk yourself out of doing it. You only have one life to live. Make sure it counts for something. Don't spend your life just following that path that's already set out, that so many other people do. You know what I mean? And I think the biggest thing that helped me in this process is not telling anybody my plans before I did them, because I had no room for anybody to talk me out of making this move. If I told anybody, whether their intentions were good or bad, it was just going to throw salt on everything that I was planning. It was going to plant these seeds of doubt in what I had going on. I couldn't afford that. I don't care that New York is expensive. I don't care that it's hard to make it here. I'm being called here for a reason, so I'm going to trust that I got everything that I need to succeed here. And if I don't, I'm going to get it real quick. And that's the type of mindset that you got to have with whatever you're going after. Don't think about the odds that's stacked against you. Think about the odds that are working in your favor and what you got going on that can help you along the way. But But I think I'm about to wrap this up. Hopefully this video helps, and if you are returning, because I know I haven't made a video in a couple of years, it's so good to see you. Welcome back. And yeah, just subscribe and share this video to whoever you think needs it. And yeah, stay blessed, all that, everything good. Yeah, and yeah, I have nothing else to say, bro. I think I'm gonna just sign off here. Goodbye.